Welcome back to part two of what we are going to start calling Nicholas's subchapter of retro rehashes, where I just replay all the retro games that I've already played once before on the channel.
It's retro redo on Play the Hits.
Yeah, retro redo. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
All right, how you doing tonight, Chris?
I'm doing swell. I'm ready for some Mike Jones. What
Are
up,
you?
Sparks?
Are you really?
I'm ready.
Subsea is searching for Dr. Jones. Yeah, remember we're searching for his uncle, and not to be confused with Indiana Jones. Completely different Jones.
Jones, calling Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones, wake up now. Come on, Nick, you were a 90s kid.
I have no idea what this is referencing.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Sparks, how are you doing this evening? This is one of the funnest chapters.
Right, says retro redo is catchy.
It certainly is, yeah.
What the
All right,
fuck's
is there
wrong with
anything
that guy?
for me here? With the pink one or Master Roshi over here?
I was thinking he looked like Heihachi, but I was originally referring to Grimace over there.
I think that's more of the emulator's fault. This man looks very pink.
Yes, he does. Spent the evening taking apart picture books.
How do you do cola? I wouldn't want to live here.
For like anything in particular, Sparks, or were you just working out some issues? Are you a game master?
Wait a sec, no, Chris. This is you in 5 years. You're
How
gonna
do you
greet
do,
someone. You're gonna greet someone and say, "Hey, welcome to Bloomington," and you're just gonna randomly say in the conversation, "Hi, I'm Chris, the game master."
They just keep driving.
Anyways, cool. Is that a part of your volunteer work with the library there, Sparks?
I guess that would make more sense.
It would, wouldn't it?
You must be mistaken. You must have bananas in your ears, you crazy American.
Do you think anyone in the history of the world has ever shoved bananas into their ears?
You know, Nick, if it exists, someone has tried to shove it somewhere.
Do you think we could start a TikTok trend?
I think it would go south very quickly.
Excellent. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. It's going to be called the Carolina Reaper Banana Challenge, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to encourage stupid people and young children to dip bananas in Carolina Reaper pepper oil and then stick them in their ears.
So basically, this is just population control.
You got it, my friend. You're
good to get the episode
you're
title
way
out
ahead of me.
nice and early. Population control.
Nick is feeling a bit more bitter and hateful tonight than he is most
Well,
nights.
you did just drink with a bunch of old Defiant sites.
That's true. I was basically
Defiances?
drinking tonight with the Defiance version of the Court of Owls, okay?
Defiansonians? What are you people?
Citizens of Defiance.
Huh.
Yeah. I've got a big heart, did you know that?
Yeah, they said that's what killed him. Sparks, as long as the bananas don't go south. My evening was just fine, but Nick apparently had an interesting one.
yeah, it certainly was interesting. That's gonna be one for the record books.
Oh man, Nick, if you could go drinking with one fictional character, who would it be?
Severian.
You don't think that night wouldn't end in you somehow dying?
I can't hope for him to forget about it. Hey,
true.
this terrified me as a kid.
Who was this?
Initials RC.
Rob Crucicola?
I like that in this version, Robinson Crusoe, just died.
Yep.
No, seriously, if I could drink with one fictional character, it'd be the gang from the Black Company. They're a wonderful band of brothers.
All of them, huh? You know, I gotta read it. That's on my short list. My
sure
short
is.
list is one that sits right below this new desk that I've constructed to make our streaming more efficient. And I also have just this open shelf where I keep all the books that I'm going to read in the near future.
I remember because I stuck that book on your shelf for you.
That was the big shelf. That's the trophy shelf.
Oh, good. Well, I put it in the right place.
Good. What the hell's the point of this puzzle?
One of these is the correct way forward. There we go.
Well, this part would have driven me nuts as a kid.
Well, this whole chapter, the big gimmick was that it's a puzzle.
Yeah, well.
And again, I'm mostly doing muscle memory here, so...
Right.
Real exciting stuff, I'm sorry.
Oh, boy. So, are you planning on playing Mario RPG, the 3D Reawakening, anytime soon?
It maybe. Friday is traditionally our sibling game night, so we're probably going to be doing 7 Days to Die as a group, and then Saturday is a small local Friendsgiving. So, maybe Sunday?
Sweet.
Maybe. I hope.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
actually really looking forward to
5
introducing
north.
Michael to that one.
East 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I know. 3
Signal
north.
detected, Captain.
That's where
North
I'm trying to
1.
go. There we go.
Signal stopped.
I'd be curious to see how your kids react to that game.
I know.
The
it's
only
gonna be
review
fun.
that I've read so far, I think it was from Kotaku or something, and it was something along the lines of... Hold on, I have to stop and think about this. The review was a rehash of a good game from 20 years ago. And I was like, what do you expect? That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what the people who would
What do
play
you
the game
want?
want.
If you're disappointed that it's dated, well, then that's on you, brother. You played the wrong game.
Yeah, right. It never dawns on them that they may not be the particular audience for a certain game when they review
No,
it.
it does. It's Kotaku and those other, like, clickbait sites, you know.
Yeah.
They know exactly what they're doing. I
A
hope.
lot of the reviews that I'm seeing have nothing but good things to say about it. It's exactly what you remember with just a few added bells and whistles and
Which
a
is
lovely new
exactly
presentation.
what it should have been. Yeah. So, and again, it's I'm not really one who's a big fan of rehashes, but in this particular case, you know, I'm down.
There you go. You know, it depends on the rehash and how well it's done. But I can be all for them. Like, for instance, my 2 golden standards, which are Resident Evil 2 and Link's
Oh,
Awakening.
jeez. I don't like any of this. Okay, there we
I
go.
don't like any of this. Where are we playing this game, Chris?
Okay, these are the most. These mummies look like they're right off of a Count Chocula box, right?
Yeah, I know, right? Or oh crud, what's the one with the mummy on it? Frankenberry.
Frankenberry and like Booberry. That's not correct.
Booberry. No, yeah, you're right. Booberry. Booberry's the
Booberry,
ghost.
okay.
Frankenberry is, well, he's Frankenstein's monster, but he also has mummy elements for some reason.
You're right. No wonder I was confused. I was like,
Oh yeah,
that can't be right.
that whole line of cereal is fucking confusing.
Yeah, it's really difficult to get into the greater Count Chocula cinematic universe. But,
Yeah, the expanded universe.
yeah. I mean, but the lore is really deep.
Oh, I bet. Do you think Count Chocula's ever killed anybody?
I mean, he's rich enough.
Yeah, you can get away with it.
Okay, now why is he like? What kind of vampire is he? Is he like a chocolate vampire, or like is he a flavor vampire? Or, you know what I mean? Like, what does he suck? Sorry, that's not the way you say that.
You don't want to know.
I'm sorry, that's not as funny as I thought it was. What exactly does he suck?
Sparks writes the BCU, the breakfast cereal universe. I want to see them do a crossover with like the Bumblebee from Honey Nut Cheerios and the wolf from Cookie Crisp.
Oh, is this going to be General Mills Civil War?
Yeah, right. Fun fact, Nick, did you know that Captain Crunch is not in fact a captain?
He's not even a rear admiral.
No.
He's a naval inspector.
Naval Inspector Crunch. I actually forgot what his was, so I'm glad that you remembered it, because I don't
You
know all
forgot
the...
what his military rank was?
Yeah, the stripes. I forget how many equals what rank.
Yeah, and Dracula, he's not even a count, he's an archduke. So, you know.
Wow, you just totally killed that
weird thing.
Sandworm from Dune.
Now, I always thought that design was like really strange as a kid. I guess it's like some sort of like sea mollusk, but that's one of the things I really liked about this game over the sequel was that this game, all the creatures made sense in their environments, right? Like there was like a theme and everything was more or less grounded. The second one was just kind of like, hey, here's jelly beans in King Arthur's court. You know?
Whatever the hell we feel like doing.
Whatever sprites we made, we're putting them in.
That's right. Gotta use them.
Okay. I remember this puzzle. Hold on.
Speaking of sandworms, will you be coming over to my house to watch Dune, the home theater experience together again?
When's that supposed to happen?
I don't know. When does it come out?
It's sometime next year. I know that the writer's strike has it all goofed up.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, I say let's figure out when that's supposed to be and then put it on the calendar.
I could be open to that. Hey, baseball. You like
we
baseball?
watched the first half of it together. And...
Well, it's supposed to be like a trilogy now.
Wait, what?
There we go.
Whoa, shit, Mike Jones?
It's supposed to be a trilogy, but the second movie will end with book 1, and then the third movie will end with book 2.
Oh, okay. So essentially they're just going through Paul's death.
He doesn't die in book 2. At book 2, he's at the height of his power. It's like they don't understand how that series works.
What? I thought he did... Oh, no, he dies in... Because his
3.
sister kills him, right?
No, he turns himself over to...
I gotta reread these.
He turns himself over to the vengeance of the crowd because that's how his story needed to end. He needed to deliver himself up to the religious fervor and be destroyed by
Right, he wouldn't be a proper
jihad.
messiah otherwise, right?
Right, unless he was consumed by his own movement, so... Oh, that's nice. Anyways.
For some reason I thought I mean, I haven't really read through them. I kind of read the first book and then synopses of the rest of the series because I knew I wasn't ever going to read all of them.
I kind of got that impression that's what you did.
So I thought I remembered somewhere in there his sister turning evil, but maybe I'm just crazy.
You are correct, yes.
Okay, good.
But by that point, it basically becomes Leto's book, so...
Oh yeah, that's right, and then he becomes a giant sandworm, doesn't he?
Correct, and that's... Okay. Yeah.
I've heard that if you're going to read one other one, you should read God Emperor.
That's a fair assessment, yeah. I would say that's probably peak after 1. 2 is good, but here's the thing. 2 is basically one gimmick. Oh. Okay. 2 is basically just one gimmick, and you can get by with just reading the last 10% of the book. It's...
Yeah, I was going to say, from what I've seen of it, too, like, just sitting on the bookshelves at my local bookstore, it's substantially shorter than the others, too, isn't it?
Hey, it's John Kerry.
Oh my god. Reporting for duty. You know, as soon as he took the stage, I knew he wasn't going to be president. It was so bad. It's like,
Quick,
oh,
throw baseballs
crap.
in his mouth.
This is the man we have running against the religious fervor of the Bush machine. That's not going to be good.
There we go.
Holy shit. Nom 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 nom. Oh no.
Those creepy eyes.
I ate too many baseballs.
No, the second book... Okay. I'll give you the summary of the second book here since we got a couple moments. The whole point of the second book is a alien race of technology-based creatures called the Tole Laxu create a perfect clone of Duncan, Idaho.
Yes.
And the whole point of it is that it's a trap. And the entire book is Paul waiting for the trap to go off.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So even though it's a shorter book, it feels long, huh?
They kind of stretch it, but I mean, it doesn't feel long. Book 3 feels long.
Okay.
But book 2 was cool because it's like, you get some insight into the daily consoles of like, what life is like in Paul's empire, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
So.
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
No, honestly, that book at the very end has the best plot twist I think in any book I've ever read.
Oh, cool.
So,
all right, well,
I'm not saying it's
now
the
you're kinda
best
making
book
me
I've
wanna
ever
read
read.
it.
I'm just saying that particular plot beat,
or at least the
figure out
last
what they're
10%
doing
of
with
it.
Yeah, that's all you really. It could even, honestly, it could have just been a short story. In all honesty.
Yeah, it's just like a stopgap between the two bigger, more interesting stories.
Anywho, that's enough about Dune.
Yep.
I'm screwing this up, aren't I? Maybe.
Hell if I know. This is giving me some very strong Zelda 2 vibes right now.
Well, I mean, this game was based on the original Zelda.
Yeah, I believe it.
You'll have to forgive me, Sparks. I don't have chat up when I'm streaming, so...
Imagine, her last comments were, imagine the cereal ships and do you fight the jelly beans?
Unfortunately. Like I said, it's just like a bunch of sprites that they just crammed in there, and it's off-putting and I don't like it as much.
I thought you did like StarTropics too.
I did like StarTropics too, but having played them both back-to-back recently, I appreciate, like I said, how coherent this game was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with its theme.
Kind of like the first Godfather movie versus the second one. The second one's a fine film, but it is not as tight of a narrative.
This was the giant asteroid that hit the Earth that had the 3 magic cubes in it that Dr. Jones came to study.
Yes.
That was the whole inciting incident that led to this whole game. Anyways.
Oh, Sparks writes, no worries, I don't know about the books you were talking about, so I had nothing to contribute. Sparks, have you not read Dune? Because Nick turned me onto it, and it was definitely well worth reading.
One of those books that make you feel smarter when you finish reading it, you know?
Yeah, it's good sci-fi, that's for damn sure.
By the way, Sparks, you seem to like Harry Potter and that, right? Have I ever suggested to you a book called Mr. Gnarl and Doctor Strange? Or Jonathan Strange?
I don't think you have.
It is like if you combined Doctor Who and Harry Potter into one story.
Dr. Potter. Harry Who. Well, that doesn't sound right. She says it sounds fascinating.
It's wonderful. It was probably my favorite book of the year last year. And for reference, I am not into Doctor Who or Harry Potter, but that's the best way I can describe it. So
that's cool.
It's the premise is that what if the premise is all these British practitioners of magic who study magic, but magic doesn't actually exist.
Oh, interesting.
So it's just all highly academic in nature.
Huh, that's funny.
And it's almost like a parody of those books.
Yeah. By the way, I just started book 2 of the War Art Saga, and I highly recommend it.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
I will probably pick it up at some point, but like I said, I'm just sick to death of fiction right now.
If you like kung fu,
I don't.
You don't.
What else does it? I mean, like a kung fu movie. I don't know how that translates to a book.
Very well, as it turns out. So
okay.
The whole gimmick of the book is like every kung fu movie. There's a prophesied hero, but what happens when the prophesied hero turns out not to be the prophesied hero, and the whole prophecy is wrong?
Oh, neat. Okay, all right,
and
that's cool.
And that's the most I can say without spoiling it, because that's like the first eighth of the first book.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming they do some like genre bending stuff. So.
Yes, absolutely.
Like Shadow. Yeah.
But at the same time, it reads like I don't know, like maybe a really good anime. That's kind of how that's kind of the style that the author writes in. But like everyone is just cheeky enough, and there's
better or worse than Brandon Sanderson.
What's that?
Better or worse than Brandon Sanderson?
I like it better, but it's not going to be everybody's preference.
By the way, do you know what these things are called?
Oh, I used to.
These are based on Japanese doji statues.
Yeah. Okay.
This always bothered me as a kid. I like, because one, they scared me as a kid. Two, I was like, this is something.
Uh-huh. Oh, the last thing I'll say about the books is that they are long, but they read extremely fast, if that makes sense. So even though it's like a 500 to 600 page book, like, I don't know, I felt like I was blasting through
five
both
to
of them
s-
extremely quickly.
500 to 600 page book would equate to roughly 25 hours, right?
Normally, but I want to say that I finished the first one in maybe 10 to 12.
Uh-huh. Some people have that ability. I do not. I have a lot of trouble with
Well, so
not focusing but comprehension.
it's not written in a childish way, but it's very punchy, like straight to the point.
Mhm. It's very plain spoken.
Yes.
It sounds like Black Company. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not a critique. Like
It's just a style.
yeah, it's definitely not a difficult read, but it is a very engaging one, or at least I found it to be. And I'm also thoroughly enjoying the first 50 pages that I've read of the second.
All right. Good. Good.
Plus, if
Okay.
nothing else, the cover art for these books is just beautiful.
You get soft covers or hard covers?
Usually I'm all paperback, but I'm so excited about this series that I'm buying them hardcover before they come out in paperback.
One
I
of the
just like the
things-
portability of soft cover.
I've kind of gotten to where, like, with books, I've started so many series and have finished so few of them, I kind of want to, kind of close some out before I open more, you know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, I know exactly what you mean, because before I let myself read the Art of Destiny, the sequel to the Art of Prophecy, and this is gonna sound bad because I loved
the
it.
hell out of this
I made
room.
myself read The Fall of Hyperion.
Oh, okay, well, case in point, yeah, I read, Hyperion, but I have not read Fall of.
Hmm.
Okay, 1, is it good?
Yes.
Okay, 2, can I stop reading the series after Fall of Hyperion because it doesn't sound
Yes.
like...
Okay, so
good.
so Hyperion and Fall of Hyperion are essentially the same book split into two parts.
That's the impression I got.
It-
Yeah, 'cause
it's
I know
very
it goes
much,
on for another 2.
Like the Shadow of the Torturer in that way.
Excellent. Okay, good. Because
But then Endymion and Rise of Endymion are a sequel, are a proper sequel,
Okay.
which
And-
I actually know nothing about, so I don't know whether to recommend them or not.
I read a brief synopsis, and that's why I'm relieved you said that, because I have no desire to read those from what I...
Yeah,
Right.
no, the story that was begun in Hyperion is firmly wrapped up in Fall of Hyperion.
That's all I care about then. Yep, good.
And I will say that the Shrike may be my favorite mythical monster ever.
Oh, the Shrike. The Shrike are just such a cool concept anyways.
Ooh.
This, like, creature who may or may not... Like, everything else aside, their design is awesome.
Yes,
But I mean, just
know.
the concept of this creature who moves backwards through time.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's a god, maybe it's not. We don't know. But no, like you're right. I love the vivid descriptions of the Shrike, and the way he's employed in the sequel. Like if in the first one he's kind of like this, inescapable background presence, the kind of thread that runs through the whole thing. There's a turning point in Fall of Hyperion where he's not in the background no more.
Which is what you're building up to.
Oh yeah,
right?
absolutely. It would be really disappointing if it wasn't. But it also doesn't go into like Freddy versus Jason territory where like he's like
Oh, no.
he's knowable, so now he's killable. No, he's
Mhm.
I
like
it's
that,
just they do a lot more with him.
I like that book 1 just kind of ends with the fact that everybody has brought weapons to Hyperion to hunt this creature.
Mm-hmm. Plot twist: the weapons do nothing.
Of course, right? I would expect no less.
You can only defeat the Shrike with love, Nick.
I hope that's what it comes down to. Well, I don't know. The commander already tried that in the 3rd story, right?
Oh God, that
Didn't
was
end
the
up with-
worst scene in that.
We
whole
are not
fucking
we
book.
are not quoting any of that on this channel.
It was so graphic.
That was like one of the most repulsive things I'd ever read outside
know.
of Gravity's Rainbow.
Like I had to put the book down and just like make sure nobody was in the room with me.
Surely now the worst of it's over. Oh no, it just keeps.
Pardon the phrase, but it just keeps coming.
Oh my god, that
Oh.
was something. And then they follow that story with frickin' Rachel's story, which is like the most
Oh,
tragic
God.
thing I think I've ever read.
By the way, Saul Weintraub, who was firmly my favorite after I finished the book, definitely a major player in the second one too.
I feel like his story was probably one of the first ones that were written out of all the characters. Oh my God, we'll come back to that in a sec.
So, my God,
look at that face. Look at
that's
that
a face only a mother could love. The and then he looks so different when he's talking in person.
He looks like Steve Brule from like the Tim and Eric Awesome Show.
Well, I was actually thinking of Woody Allen.
Oh, Mike, I was about to Mike, you betrayed me. I was going to let you become a part of my most erotic fantasies. Do you remember that from the movie Ants?
Oh, God.
When he says that, like in a kid's movie?
In a kid's movie, yeah.
Fiona, I was going to let you become a part of my most erotic fantasies. What the hell is that?
Yeah, Woody. That's Woody Allen, huh?
That was the same movie that gave us frickin' Insectopia, so...
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hey,
Mike,
but to finish out my
Uncle
thought
Steve.
on Hyperion real quick, Nick, having now read through both of them, the only comment that I will make on the first book is that you kind of assume that you're reading the stories of each individual character in kind of roughly a level of how important they are to the story.
I didn't get that impression, but
Good,
okay.
because that's not the case.
Right. Yeah. Okay, good.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Every single character has a spotlight moment in the second one, but
I'm assuming that everybody has their own particular part in this. You know, he is like just big enough to fit in the hallway, so I can't move unless he moves.
yeah, right. He's got to suck it in and move to the side. Sparks writes, my current book obsession is The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. It's a lovely fantasy book that's a bit of a Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children meets 19... Wow, I cannot picture what that would be like, but with a really gentle feeling to it.
Huh. Okay.
I have to check that out.
That's totally different than I think what we were just talking about,
Well,
which is good.
The only problem is, let me grab my books here real quick. On my short list shelf are currently The Art of Destiny, which I'm currently making my way through, The Black Company, the first Mistborn book, which I might just set aside altogether because I'm not super excited about it, and then Wise Man's Fear. So I'm like going all fantasy for like the next 4 months.
Okay, all right. You're taking a different turn than I am. Good.
I'm gonna need a palate cleanser though.
You're going
I
full
love
fa-
fantasy, but that's a lot of fantasy.
Well, if you need something non-fantasy to go ahead and read, there's a wonderful autobiography of Genghis Khan that is the smoothest 40-hour book I've ever listened to. And it goes down so easily. It's terrific. Like, it goes into all the aspects of like his family life, the tactics that he used, which were very interesting as far as building his empire, how he administrated it, things like that.
Okay.
Mind you, all of this was from a man who was completely illiterate. So.
Yeah, and quite possibly insane.
All right, this is what it all comes down to: is an alien invasion.
Yep.
Us invading the aliens.
Kill some aliens. Yeah, you are definitely the invading force here, Nick. With your yo-yo. So, Nick, there's another interesting question for this evening. What is the longest book you've ever read that felt like an extremely quick read?
Without having my list in front of me, because I write down every book that I read.
Genghis Khan goes down smooth, you say. Yes, Sparks. Wow, what's the
Like a
problem?
fine whiskey. I don't know. You go first. I gotta go take this fentanyl pill.
Go for it. Jones is feeling good. Wow, they really just kind of, it's like, we were too lazy to hide more big hearts.
Okay. I got it. It's they're only temporary hearts.
Oh, okay.
As you can see, they're slowly peeling away.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I would have to say it is book 2 of the Malazan series, called Dead House Gates, and it is basically just
Mm-hmm.
4 people wandering in a desert for 40 hours.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it is one of the best things I've ever read.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, figure that statement out, right?
Yeah. Well, so actually, your Genghis Khan comment made me think of this. I don't know if
Genghis
you've ever
Khan was
read-
also a very easy read, but go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever read Team of Rivals, but it is well worth checking
Funny
out.
enough, no, I haven't, but it's one thing I want to, and it's funny you mentioned that because I'm currently reading Battle Cry of the Republic, which is a comprehensive history of the Civil War, and
Okay.
they're literally just now talking about Lincoln's Team of Rivals.
Mm-hmm.
About how he had all of his major political rivals be his cabinet as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Team of Rivals was a truly excellent read. Like, both
a lot
for its
of,
historical content and the style that it's written in. Like, it feels like a page.
Who writes that?
What's that?
Who writes that?
Let me get it off my shelf.
I hope it's this one.
Oh, yeah, Doris Kearns Goodwin.
Okay.
Yeah, this was just an excellent book, and let me go all the way to the back here.
A lot of people, like a lot of celebrities and famous business personalities, when they have like Mark Cuban reads these 10 books, that's usually like near the top.
Yeah.
For good or for ill.
Oh, yeah. And actually, though, it is a long book, but not quite as long as I was remembering. 754 pages.
Oh, that's nothing. That's nothing.
Well, I mean, I remember how proud I was the first time I finished a book that was like 1,000 pages.
No, and I don't mean to denigrate that. I just, I always think in terms of audiobooks, like 50 is long to me.
Oh, yeah.
Anything in the 25 region is relatively short.
Mm-hmm. Almost like, do I really want to spend my monthly Audible credit on this?
Yeah, exactly. Make sure you get your money's worth.
Yeah, right. Which is a shame, because there's some truly wonderful, 10 to 12 hour books out there.
Yeah, and it's like, I'll wait till they go on sale.
Right.
Sometimes they do.
By the way, interestingly enough, the first 1,000 plus page book that I did finish, interestingly enough, was Stephen King's It when I was in my mid to late 20s.
Yeah, that I would consider a long book.
Yeah, oh, that was... But, it was good. I thoroughly enjoyed It, overall.
Ouch, ouch.
There were definitely parts where I asked myself, will this not end? But
does this need to have... Yeah, that's a book that you could definitely read an abridged version of and not really lose anything.
Yeah, I know.
And then the scary clown did something scary. And then Richie was scared, and the clown did something scary, and then Richie was scared. Yeah, I get it.
Another really long King one is The Stand, but I think I might be in the minority here. I mean, it wasn't offensive, but like I didn't get what all the hype around it was about.
Mm-hmm. Don't you hate when you like read this or watch this like big cultural icon? Everyone's like, you gotta see this. Like you sit there and watch Stranger Things, and you're like, I don't get it.
Yeah. And it kind of pisses me off, too, because, like, it makes me feel like a cynic. Like, oh, if I ever said this to anybody, they would say, oh, you just don't like it to be controversial. No,
Contrarian,
it just didn't do a whole lot for me.
I didn't see the point.
Like, I've read a good number of Stephen King's books, and out of all of them, like, most of them I probably liked a lot more than The Stand.
Well, we're getting the Dunkinator 9000.
Dunkinator 9000. Sparks writes, do you use Libby?
I use Libby and I use Hoopla. I'm best friends with those. It's just the only problem is I order so many books and they usually come to me like, I'll get 3 at once and it's like, okay, well now I gotta prioritize which of these can I actually read.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I love Libby, Sparks. It's terrific. It's what I use when I don't want to blow an Audible credit or if Audible didn't work some sort of exclusivity BS.
Yeah, I kind of hate that Audible has almost made audiobooks kind of like its own streaming service, which is...
But here's the thing, is they put out a very good, polished product.
Oh, absolutely. And they always have. Like, I remember when Audible was simply just, you know, a house that did a whole bunch of audio recordings before they decided, hey, we're just going to try to monopolize the whole audio book market.
And to an extent, I'm okay with that, because like I said, most of those audiobooks that they produce, they're, you know, it takes money to produce content. I get it, you know.
Yeah. Oh, hey, we have a first-time chatter here.
Oh, yeah?
Malevolith writes, the worst is when the first book or season of something good, is good, and tells a complete story, then a sequel comes that just isn't as good. Yeah, exactly. Like, they feel obligated to continue the story when they finished the story.
Oh, you mean like everything past season 2 of Castlevania? There's a good example.
Hey, they're bringing in Richter now, though, Nick.
Yeah, they sure did. They sure did.
Which, interestingly enough, is kind of where I felt they should have started anyways. I mean, I get that Castlevania 3, with the interplay of the 3 main characters, is probably the easiest to turn into a series. But Richter's story is the one that everybody knows and is far more interesting.
Yeah, it was the easiest, safest story to tell. Another good example of that, Black Company. The first trilogy was just fine. The next 5 books was like, okay, I get it. Glenn Cook is saving up for his retirement home and golf course. I get it. All right, that's fine. Okay, books past 3, but like, this story didn't need to be told.
Yeah. I gotta say, though, I want to savor The Art of Destiny, but as much as you've talked up the Black Company, I'm really looking forward to it. And
I'm glad you came back to that subject, because I highly suggest reading listening to the Audible version, because Mark Vitor, you have no idea what that name means, but he's one of the best, my personal favorite narrators. And the experience you get listening to him and his like cynicism for the character Croker is just completely different than you'll get reading it yourself.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll do that after I read it for myself, because you already bought me the physical book. So.
That's just to sit on your shelf.
Oh, man. But then also, I'm extremely excited to do Wise Man's Fear, because I love Name of the Wind so much.
Yeah, I mean, that's on my radar, but it's... Oh, Jesus! Oh, God!
Name of the Wind and Wise Man's Fear, by the way, another kind of heavy time commitment.
Yeah, and I think we've had that conversation before. Oh, jeez.
Malevolith writes, hello, just search up StarTropics on Twitch yesterday and watched through the last session. Oh, well, glad you joined us.
Get out of here. Cool. Well, I am happy to hear that. I love StarTropics. I have very fond memories of my father playing this when I was a kid, and boy, there's a lot of people who've done it better than me on YouTube, but, you know,
I
haven't died yet.
You?
Well, I'm about to die.
Who's better than you besides this robot here?
Why am I making all these unforced errors?
Shoot him, Nick! There you go.
I like that my emulator, I mean my totally legitimate hardware, is about ready to collapse under the weight of all these sprites.
I think that was just the NES in general, man.
Oh yeah,
this
but I
was
can
probably
do that.
about as complex as they were gonna get.
Well, typically the sprite limit was like 3 on screen, right? Like 3 animated sprites. And then there's this weird, amphibious-looking guy. Okay, yeah, I'll no-hit this. Go figure. Whatever.
Right. I was just gonna say.
Yeah,
I was trying to keep it quiet so that you didn't die, but...
I can't kill that alien Goomba,
why is he just shooting peas at you?
I don't know, but
He's a literal pea shooter.
I wish there was, like, more aliens like that, because that was a cool idea.
You come at Mike Jones with this?
And then here's this room that, like, somebody forgot to put something into. Just nothing in it.
What was the Zelda room? The,
Chris Houlihan?
Yeah, that was the Chris Houlihan room.
You know what? I've heard that no one has ever actually, like, found Chris Houlihan.
You know, if he's out there, I want to try to find him and, like, get him on this channel. I think we've said this before too, but
Chris,
I
you have
want to
enough
do
trouble getting
the groundbreaking interview with Chris Houlihan. I want to find
Chris.
his
You have enough
story.
trouble getting me on this channel. I don't know if you're gonna get an actual celebrity, dude.
Well, is Chris Houlihan a celebrity? We don't know who Chris Houlihan is. Chris Houlihan.
Houlihan is apparently a person non grata because he doesn't exist.
Wouldn't it suck if like Chris Houlihan's dead? Like we do all the work to find him and it just takes us to his grave.
Well, welcome to our comedy stream.
Right.
Okay, what killed him though?
We pull like a Logan Paul and we like accidentally film this horrible thing. It's like, this is Chris Houlihan's last known address and it's a cemetery. Fuck.
Now, question for Malevolence, if they're still in chat. What made you look up StarTropics? You got some sort of connection to the game?
Just jonesing for some StarTropics. What does the red mean? Are they electric?
It hurt,
is it just really hot?
It burns the hell out of you. That's
yeah,
what it does.
okay, so
See,
it's
like
heat.
that. Just like that.
It's heat. Gotcha.
Okay, I forgot how this puzzle works, so...
Seems like
I mean,
you
I
should
remember...
just be able to jump over it, but no.
Oh, gee, do you think I can beat this boss?
I think you can.
Gee, do you think I can beat this boss with one heart?
I bet you can.
Oh, ye have so much faith.
Okay, I was wrong. That's all right. You
Right
gave
up
him.
until
You gave
that
him the
last
what
second,
for?
I was like, wait, I'm doing it. Oh,
Oh, Sparks.
okay.
Chris Houlihan won a Nintendo Power contest in the early '90s, and it was they were really cryptic about it. They said whoever wins this contest will make an appearance of some kind in the new Zelda game coming out on the Super Nintendo. And so this kid, Chris Houlihan, won, and then they just totally didn't know what to do with him. So there was like basically this debug room that if you cross a barrier with certain technical
no one will
met,
ever find it through natural gameplay is the important thing.
I actually have accidentally wandered into it. I forget how, but well, obviously I don't know how, but anyways, it's just a room with a sign that
round
says,
two.
"Hi, I'm Chris Houlihan. Welcome to my secret room," and it's just got a bunch of groupies in it.
Okay, so you mother.
Suck it, Metal Gear. Metal Gear
Okay,
Quack.
all right, I can do this. So, really heartwarming story about this enemy. My father got stuck on this boss. Did I only take one hit?
Yeah.
Did I take one hit?
Two hits. There you go.
My
There he
father
goes.
got stuck on this boss, and he actually had to call the Nintendo Power Hotline. And it was one of the most endearing things because, like, my father has that thick Southern accent from living in Texas. And it was just like it was like listening to Quincy Morris from Dracula call the Nintendo Power Hotline. Well, yeah, I got a question about the green enemy guy at the end of Chapter 7. Yeah, I'll hold.
Well, that's
No,
some
my evening's
bullshit.
going all right.
That is some bullshit.
So what you're telling me is I gotta go ahead hit the switch under the green robot machine, right? Okay, well you have a good day and God bless.
God bless you,
That's
sir.
how that conversation went.
That's awesome. Malevolith
So-
writes, my brother and I played this game so much when we were kids. Now I have a group of friends that have a podcast where they play classic games. And they're considering this one for the newest season. Really made me want to experience again. Yeah, they should.
Oh man, do it.
That'd be
Do
really
it.
cool.
It's be sure to follow it up with Zoda's Revenge. Not everybody
Mhm.
knows that game got a sequel.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know this game had a sequel until I met you, Nick.
Nobody in Japan knew that game had a sequel for the longest time.
He also continues, my brother and I never got past the third boss. Haha. You guys made it farther than I did when I was a kid.
Chapter 3 is definitely where you can't, like, kind of dunce your way through it. Like, as a 6-year-old, you can beat that octopus at the end of Chapter 2 to death with a baseball bat, but you cannot figure out, like, how to defeat Magma or the big ghost in the cemetery, just organically.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, cool. I'm glad you got good memories of this, too.
Yeah.
I've said this before, but this is the last game, like, my father played before us kids ruined his gaming life. So
I was just about to add the disclaimer. By the way, Nick's dad is alive. We should we should really clarify that.
Yeah, this is the last game my father played before he passed.
He's not dead. His kids were just assholes.
Passed on to fatherhood, I should say.
No. My dad's alive. We just didn't treat him very nice.
He's alive and well. He just never picked up a controller again.
You know, Nick, watching you play video games really makes me realize how lame they are. Thanks,
You know,
Dad.
I always had this fantasy that if I could beat Zoda, my dad would look at me, he'd be like, son, you did what I never could. I'm very proud of you.
Now you are a man.
Now he's like, hey, if you're done, can we turn this off so we can watch Tremors?
Don't need to tell me twice. Kevin Bacon, sign me up.
You feel a strange power flow into yourself. All right, everybody put your hands up to your screen and give me your power.
Oh no, it's Space AIDS.
I'm feeling it.
Now they give you all the hearts.
On my most recent playthrough, I learned that the hearts are 2 rows of 11. I thought they were always 2 rows of 10.
Oh
but they're 2 rows of 11.
I
Like
don't know
Legend of Zelda.
what it is, but when there's like a pattern...
Yeah, get up to the screen. Go ahead and count them. There's
well,
22
that's the
hearts.
problem. When there's a pattern like this, where it's the same shape repeated over and over and over again, I, for the life of me, cannot count them accurately.
Yeah,
like,
some
somewhere in
people's
the middle,
brains
I
are
always
like
get lost.
That's why I would physically have to get up and count them
Yes,
with
I
my
have to
finger
like
on the
put
screen.
my finger over them. Yeah.
That is literally what I did when I was like, wait a sec, that looks like too many hearts. Now, here's the thing. StarTropics 2, Zoda's Revenge, is 2 layers of 10 hearts. So that one, I was correct on. This one I was not. Again, 22, what a weird
Seems
number.
like a weird place to subtract, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? I don't know.
Malevolith. My brother and I never got past the 3rd boss. Don't forget Reba McEntire in Tremors 2. That's right. Sparks. My dad introduced me to video games and then lost interest after failing to get past the tutorial of Tomb Raider. To be fair, the first Tomb Raider... I mean... The boobs really carried that game. The sequel, Tomb Raider 2, is excellent, but to this day, I'm not fond
Well, they were the
of
best
first
part
Tomb
of it.
Raider.
Sorry, that was a bad joke.
I mean, that game essentially crawled so that the later Tomb Raiders could run.
I remember a lot of people saying when they released that, like, remake of Tomb Raider recently, like, yeah, this game didn't age too well.
No. Well, and even, I remember playing it late 90s, early 2000s and not being fond of it. Like I said, I love Tomb Raider 2, and I have no problem with Laura's pointy boobs. Laura's pointy boobs.
Oh, yeah, I like how you tried to get the name correct.
Yeah, right.
As though you
As though her
pausing
name means
cutscenes on,
anything to you.
yeah. As though you weren't pausing cutscenes on Tifa back in
I may or may not have drawn nipples on her in my FF7 strategy guide.
Okay, let's we're going back to the subject of StarTropics here, so
Don't act like you didn't.
what a cool design for a final enemy, but it kind of, I don't know. When your alien overlord is saying, I am the prime invader, Zoda.
I like how you gave him Yoda's voice.
Zoda I am. Come on, try and beat me. You'll be defeated like the Argonians.
Sparks, can't lie, Angelina Jolie as Lara Croft was half my gay awakening. Yeah, I don't
I'm
blame
sorry, Sparks, but you've had like 5 gay awakenings on this channel, so
you. Lots of pretty ladies out there, Nick.
you just need to, like, yeah.
Oh, Nick, good news. Zoda's already on fire. You don't have to do anything.
Oh yeah, he's on fire, right?
Oh, look, somebody killed him for you. Defeated the
I like
Argonians,
how-
so this takes place after the Elder Scrolls games. That's right.
I was gonna
Mormon.
make a joke. Yeah, I was gonna make a joke about all those crappy Argonian builds could never defeat me.
Nick,
I love how this chapter starts with fighting the final boss.
Right. Nick, there's something that I've never told you, that every single Christmas...
Monkey hands.
Every
Go
single
on.
Christmas I mean to. In, I think, 2014, 2015, somewhere in there, I was all set to get you, for Christmas, a very tasteful, leather-bound, handcrafted copy of the Lusty Argonian Maid from Etsy.
Oh, what a waste of money that would have been for you.
But then they sold out of all of them before I could buy it.
I'm glad that's the case, because that would have ended up on a box and not a shelf. Because I'd have to explain it to people.
The Lusty
I mean, I appreciate the thought, I think, but I don't know what kind of message you'd be sending, but thanks?
Well, all you would have to say is Chris got it for you.
Oh no, my evil froggishness has been revealed.
How did he fit into that armor, do you think?
So you're saying that, like, the armored version is not just a psychic projection, it's his actual form.
Yeah, I just assumed that the lizard was crammed into that armor.
Okay, alright.
You just broke it off of him.
Yeah, I don't know. I just always kind of assumed it was like a psychic projection, and then, like, you know, you like nullify that and like, oh no, I'm not cool looking at all. I'm actually like a giant battle
actually
toad.
just a bitch.
I look like one of the punk frogs from TMNT.
Sparks writes, that's a tragedy, Chris. See, everyone else would have gotten the joke. Oh.
I just feel bad that you would have paid money for that. How bad? How quickly is this going to turn bad?
It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Fortunately, there's a gun there on the floor.
There's a gun in my hands, too.
Oh, God.
Okay. Alright, so he's dead. That's the most important one. Okay, this is fine. I can work with this.
Yeah, you're fine. You're gonna get full health back here.
There's just one alien left. How hard could it be?
The aliens or are they robots?
I always assumed they were aliens. I mean, we'll find out.
They look robotic to me.
There's like a nice hand drawing of them at the end. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, please, can't we just agree to disagree? They're alien robots.
Alien, yeah, robots made by aliens. Okay.
Malevolent like, poses. Maybe the armor is like a chrysalis instead of a butterfly. It's a weird lizard thing.
I mean, it does reveal his final form, right? I'm just picturing like what that would look like in like Ridley Scott's Alien or something, you know, like
if they crammed it into a suit of armor.
Yeah, like, you know. Yeah. No, I get it.
But like armor that's clearly not designed for their biology. It's definitely human armor.
Kind of like how all lightsabers are dumb because fundamentally they're made for like a 6-foot-tall humanoid.
Right. But then you got, like, space reptiles using them.
Yeah, well, it doesn't make any sense, because, like, what if you put, like, a lightsaber in the hands of a Rancor and it had to fight Yoda? Like, Yoda would immediately be killed because of his size, thus undermining his most important teaching that size doesn't matter. But I don't know, I'm just an accountant.
There's also the time-worn argument of why don't they just fight with lightsabers by turning them on and off really fast?
Or just, I don't know, use a gun, because it's the same concept.
Because Jedi are so powerful they can block the bullets, Nick. By the way, I should clarify, I actually firmly enjoy some Star Wars. I can't say most Star Wars anymore, because that would be a lie.
Well, there's so much that just even that ratio and average would be skewed now.
You know what's funny is that like 10 years ago, I could absolutely say that most things Star Wars I truly enjoy.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
That ratio has definitely gone down in the last decade.
How long is it? It's going to take me like 10 minutes to...
You're going to be fine. Is it healing itself?
It is healing itself, and if I fall down those holes, I have to start the whole fight over.
Oh, God. Oh, excuse me.
This is the worst I've ever done on this boss.
It does seem like kind of a bitch-ass boss.
It's cool. I like the idea personally. There we go. I also like the idea of, like, once you destroy the ship's reactor, it's like, oh, now the ship is destroyed. That's cool. Now you gotta fight, like, I'd like to see a remake of this game where you're, like, fighting Zoda, like, in the collapsing, you know, remains of the
like
ship.
A big dramatic, like, crumbling ship. Yeah, that'd
yeah,
be
because
cool.
I mean that's clearly what they're trying to portray here, given the limitations of the NES.
Yeah.
Okay, in
not
we
to
go.
Be that guy, but there was a war between the Mandalorians where they used metal bullets because the Jedi couldn't deflect them. That's genius.
What?
See?
What? Why?
It
Why
just
not?
goes right through the lightsaber. What?
That's actually pretty funny.
That's kind of one of the funniest things I've ever read about Star Wars. I really want to know how that shook
It's so
out.
funny that, like, in a world of high technology, they just go back to good old musket balls, right?
Yeah, right.
Wait, that was the big crux in, like, Dune, right? When the Harkonnens attacked Arrakis, they used like ballistic artillery weapons, and nobody knew what to how
Yeah,
to react
no
to
one knew
them.
what to do with it because it hadn't been used in centuries. Boy, Zoda's not a conventionally attractive warlord, is he?
I like that you said conventionally, leaving the door open.
Yeah, right. I don't know, maybe he's like really hot for demon alien lizard beasts.
He's probably also very rich.
He's also, that
Here, have a
probably
few of
helps
these.
a lot.
Come on.
It kind of looks like if Kraid had an abortion. I'm sorry, am I wrong?
What does it look like? It looks like I'm taking forever to take this boss out.
Sparks, don't lie, Chris, you find him attractive. No, my shameful secret. I'm hot for Zoda. Yeah, he's not wanting to die this round, is he?
I watch like people on YouTube like take him out on speed runs like so quick, but me it's always like, yeah. I always get stuck in these like holding patterns. It's fine. It's fine.
All fine.
Oh, oh.
Oh, hello.
No, please do not sit on me.
At least there's plenty of room to maneuver in this.
It's fine. It makes the battle longer than it needs to be. It makes it more dramatic.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, God.
Oh, he's vomiting up his guts. I think I killed him.
Oh, God.
You know how
I
much
forgot that
scared me
he
as a
died
kid?
that way. That's a shame for him.
Not bad. I only took like 3 hits.
You know, now that he's no longer with us, I kind of see how he was attractive.
This is just like Inscription all over again. Oh, I kind of liked him.
No, now that it's done, I kind of enjoyed it.
I'm just saying, I always thought the magic cubes looked delicious.
Yeah, I know. They look like little Jello like cubes.
The forbidden vitamin gummy.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you the Jello shot story?
Is it a long one?
No, it's really short.
Okay.
In like the 5th grade, my friend Brian and I had a sleepover, and we were playing Diddy Kong Racing. And his sister's bridal shower was the night before, and they had leftover Jello shots. Well, we, being 11 years old, didn't know what Jello shots were. We were just like, oh, these look delicious.
You just knew it was Jello.
Yeah, and so we both downed like 4 of them. And we were shit-faced, just trashed, playing Diddy Kong Racing. And we just tore that game up. That's a very fond gaming memory of mine. And then eventually we had like a lightsaber fight, and it was like 2 in the morning, and we're being like obnoxiously loud, and his mom comes down to the basement and sees us like going like whole hog, just like violent lightsaber fighting, and that's when she figures out that we are in fact quite drunk. She was really cool about it too.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was, well...
I mean, she told my dad.
She's the one who could have gotten sued.
Yeah. But my dad had a good laugh about it, so...
What is going on the left side of the screen? It's like the graphics from Inside the Whale.
Zoda's Revenge.
Oh, okay. Zoda's Revenge, that's what I call the last beef burrito that I ate.
Zoda's Revenge.
That's not even funny. I don't know why I said that.
I thought it was fun. You're funny, man.
I like that this spaceship is going to crash into the... It's going to crash into the ocean and cause like a major biological problem.
Yeah, right. All the fish in here are mutated now. Mike Jones is just swimming through toxic waste.
Now he's just got to swim back to the... Oh, never mind.
No, he's drowning. Come on, dolphin. Come into the pinch, buddy.
Yeah, this is the first game where,
I would love if the credits started scrolling. You just see his head go underwater, and then the credits start rolling up.
Now we even, bitch. We even.
Spark, rip the entire oceanic ecosystem. I do love in the sequel where they bring you back to Sea Island.
That is such a cool, like, bringing the series
everything comes full circle.
Yeah, I mean, you even got to fight through, like, the first chapter all over again. Oh, the butt pig isn't here anymore. That's a shame.
I wonder whatever happened to it.
Let's find out. I'm sure she knows. I'm gonna roast a pig for your victory party.
Oh no!
Hmm.
We probably shouldn't have named poor Hamlet. Who are you? Stay away from me.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was here 48 hours ago, sir.
You're right. Boy, we
Sorry.
turned the series around quick, didn't we?
I get hit in the head a lot.
Except for those bananas. Like, does Mike just canonically walk around with bananas in his ears?
Yeah, maybe that's like
Is this kid wearing a Speedo?
Yeah, absolutely he is. Maybe it's
Hey,
like
Mike.
a religious thing to them. You know, banana in the ears is the one
It keeps
who
the
is...
yeah. It's no. It's like an island thing. It stops the evil spirits from getting into your
Yeah,
ears.
and he's the only one who truly lives in the moment because he can't
Except
hear
they just
anything.
made it up and they played a joke on this big stupid American.
He's just walking around with literal bananas in his ears. What an idiot.
Let's
Hey,
celebrate with
Babu.
some cola. Oh, thanks.
Drink it.
Now
I feel
I
much
can't.
better.
Now I can't close the dialogue box.
No.
I'll wait.
Immediately, Zoda like springs up from the ground for the real final fight.
Haha! Oh wait.
That's the perfect voice for it.
Haha!
Aha, I'm still alive, bitch.
Mike, I hear you creamed Zoda. Show me how to use the yo-yo sometime. Isn't yo-yoing like when you tie a string around a quarter and you use it on a vending machine and you keep on using it over and over?
Yeah,
Why do I know that?
I mean, you did that when you were younger, right?
I picked locks mostly, but
Oh,
Hey,
it was
it's the-
so easy. I can't
It's the-
recall like how many sodas and other sugary drinks I stole from Napoleon High School's vending machines over the 4 years I was there.
they wanted to be robbed.
Yeah,
Hey, we've got the 3 magic cubes. I think we put them
they
together.
robbed
and
me
we'll
of
see
4
what we
years of
got.
my life. I was gonna rob them of their soda.
Oh, look, he's still not looking good.
He's quite
The
jaundiced.
monsters have disappeared from the islands.
I am in the final stages of syphilis.
We agreed to a 2-state solution.
My nipples they're too high. They're too
Here's
high
the thing: is like if you take off his head, he kind of looks like Toe Jam or Earl. I forget which one.
Yeah, a little bit. Or like a surprised Ninja Turtle.
Robotron 3000 here, Captain. Circuits indicate success. Circuits indicate success.
Will you now teach me this thing you humans call love? Nope. We're done here. Mike, you've done it. You risked your life and a limb. I know you almost gave up your quest.
No, I didn't.
But I'll tell all. You battled like a hero under the Southern Cross. I am still going to curse you.
Yeah, now, Mike, let's join the 3 magic cubes together.
Let's go find some little girls.
Oh no!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Maybe you should stay in the ocean, Uncle.
Hey, Mike. Never mind. I'm not continuing that bit. This is almost a good episode.
Almost. Or at least as good as Play the Hits gets.
My eyes,
Yeah, I know, right?
my ears.
Captain Planet, he's our hero. He's gonna take pollution down to zero.
I don't know the next line. Oh
yeah,
my
no
god!
one does.
Put him back in.
Wow, they're kids. Oh boy, they're kids.
Wow, they're kids. Who are they? Do they have
Kids, you
parents?
gotta get the fuck out of here now.
They worked a little harder on some of the kids than others.
Yeah. I
don't know.
Anyone past the front row there,
I don't
didn't
know
really
what
get the same
happened
attention to
to
detail.
I feel like when they got packed in the cubes, lower right there kind of hit his head hard.
Yeah, his neck's kind of at a funny angle, isn't it?
How? That one speaks. Listen. We have no one
Shove
who
the
can
cubes
voice
together
this.
without running any checks. It's fine.
Yeah. We are 7 boys and girls, are the last beings from planet Argonia. 20 years ago, when our planet was about to be destroyed by Frieza, we were placed in time-frozen magic cubes and sent to this planet.
Oh no.
Our planet was eventually destroyed by Goku anyways, but we'll not cry for the past. My father
saved him to
Hirokon
death.
told us to live in peace with the people of planet Earth. At
Malevolent.
least
Those cubes have to be giving some cancer radiation off, right? Probably.
again. For example, look at Pompadour back left there.
Mike Jones has brought ruin on this tiny island by opening up
I'm
ancient
Mike.
alien technology.
We'll find you a home. There's probably no diseases you need to worry about not being used to our solar
You
system.
guys can come live with me.
No, you don't need to live with my uncle. We've got space.
Oh, come on, Mike. Don't be such a spoil sport.
Uncle, I don't want to do this right now in front of everybody, okay? Just drop it. Just drop it.
You're always such a stick in the mud. You saved more than cubes. You saved my boner. I mean, you saved a whole race from extinction.
A whole race of delightful little children. Mike leans over. Look, Uncle, I don't want to do this right now, but I found pictures on the hard drive of Navcom, and
You're going to jail, Uncle.
you're going to jail for a long time.
You're going to jail for a very long time.
Oh, damn it, Mike. Not again. I can't go back there.
This is how we end my favorite game, right? Is yeah.
The uncle's a pedophile. You want to unendear a character to yourself real quick and make him a pedophile. But seriously, look at his tummy and his breasts. Like, cover up his face. Doesn't he look like a surprised Ninja Turtle?
You know what that chest is? That's King K. Rool's chest.
Yeah, it is.
That's his
A
like
full
shiny
4 or
tummy.
5 years before King K. Rool existed, too.
Are you saying that this is the origin of King K. Rool's tummy?
I think so.
Oh God, premium content.
Oh, more even than Ninja Turtles. Homer Simpson.
Okay, yeah. Well, he's yellow. He's got blue pants. He's got a
Yeah,
lot more
I'm just
hair.
talking about the belly though, not his face, like the face.
No.
in his
I
belly.
mean, like he's got the build. He's got the pants. You know, I bet if you snuck up behind him real quick and like screamed, he'd go. Anyways, 7 boys and girls. Here's your new home. We'll be happy living here under the Southern Cross.
I can't
You-
wait to
you've
put
now-
you guys to work. Oh dear,
Tonight is the party. It will be a great feast for all.
it's gonna be a good harvest this year, Mike. It's gonna be a
We
good
are
harvest.
pleased. You are so kind. I'm hungry. Is that a banana cream pie?
Yes, but it's not for you.
Anyone want to go fishing instead? How do the kids know about human? I don't know. Again, it's like Dune. Like on the trip here, they just read and watched old American films.
Right. No, fishing has like a completely different meaning for them, and they're just like throwing dynamite into volcanoes or
It has a
something.
completely different meaning for Uncle Jones too.
Oh god.
More like catfishing.
Wow, damn.
Boy,
It just
really
keeps
makes you
zooming
kind of,
out with no
yeah,
end in
it
sight.
really gives you a good sense of scale of just how small and insignificant Japan is.
Wow, I
What?
joked about it, but I forgot. That's exactly what they do. They just keep going. The
Yeah.
end.
All the way to the Milky Way.
I wouldn't eat anything with bananas from this place.
I am ready for a credit roll that is like 14 guys in 30 seconds.
Let's do it. Time. Starting now.
All right, end credit speed run, go. G Takada. G Takada. K. Okay, anyways.
Wada.
Wado.
Mahatayakama.
Musician. Other staff. We're basically done at this point.
We are. Thanks
Yep,
to
here's
Don
thanks.
James, Howard Phillips.
Oh, God bless you, Howard Phillips.
Wait, do they do the and you?
No, they don't give a damn about you.
They don't give a damn about you.
Look at that. I was joking, but that was like 20 seconds.
Yeah, man, that was efficient.
I miss when games would be like, the parade of and here's your adventure.
Oh yeah, this is really cool. I forgot about these scenes. It makes it look so much more epic.
Oh, there's
That's
the very
just a
phallic-looking light tower, with an
That
eye.
is- That they didn't even try to cover that up, did they?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, he's got a yo-yo. Oh no.
You're swinging it so hard.
Please, sir, I surrender.
This just looks exactly like Duncan if he was a dolphin.
But Mike Jones was too brave to accept their surrender.
There's Mike pissing on a grave.
What are you doing?
That's
What else
exactly
could he
what's going on.
possibly be doing?
No.
I'm a good
That is
ghost.
that. Yeah, his face is messed up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Mike is a girl. It took me a minute. Oh god.
I pooped myself again.
Again, yeah, that was... I don't know what the imagery here is communicating, but...
It's a dream that Mike has. It's kind of recurring. Wow, Mike's face
Look at
there
Mike's
is.
face!
He took a few more hits in the Zoda fight than we.
That
than we
boy,
thought.
right.
He's different now.
That's why his dad sent him to Sea Island to toughen him up,
Right.
not knowing what his uncle was. You, want a, I don't know, worm? There's something very ape-like about Mike's face.
Yeah, I see it. The picture of him with the mayor and his daughter, that was pretty raucous. Mike, let's
Here's the
celebrate with a
boat we
banana
couldn't,
cream pie. Okay. Mike, you alright? You need a doctor? Please. I think he's gonna be okay.
Never been better. Hey, it's John Kerry again.
Reporting for duty.
Zap.
Who the fuck are
Okay,
you?
so it's like an alien with a breather suit.
How'd
I
you
guess.
get how'd
In an
you get in
orc
here?
See you in your nightmares, kids.
Ah, what good memories.
I like the fact that Mike just walked in with a yo-yo and destroyed an alien civilization.
He's holding her there like, who will I kill next? Next on Mike's hit list. Huh, bananas in his ears. You weren't
This
kidding.
keeps Ron Redford from reading my thoughts.
I may have to screen cap that and somehow put it into our title card.
Well, Chris, we did it again. We should do this every 4 years, right?
I agree.
We played through StarTropics, and I gotta say, first off, only 2 hours and 15 minutes, and second, it's been fun, you know?
Yeah.
Enjoyed chatting with you, got a new chatter with us, and fun times and nostalgia for all, right?
Thank you, Nintendo. And thank you, the viewer. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, see, we'll thank you, unlike Nintendo.
That's
We'll
right.
do what Nintendo don't.
That's right. Every single credits. Anyway, see you, Nick.
Yep, until next time when we play StarTropics 2, Zoda's Revenge.